All right, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in and welcome back to the Crypto Remora. My name's Wes, and I'm with, as always, Sierra Crypto. What's up, Sierra?
What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Looking forward to this episode. Guys, today we're just going to talk about a few announcements that we have, a couple projects that we've been talking about on previous episodes. Just going to give you an update on some of the, some of the things that they have going on. We're going to look at the Bitcoin price chart. As always, give you an idea of where we think the price is headed. And we're going to look into this bank crisis, everything that's going on, man. This thing's been going on for like the last 6 weeks. We're going to give you our opinions. So if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get it. To start the episode, guys, announcements. Phase 2 just came out for small age. You can now safely unstake your Neandersmall and pull your bones out, move it to Phase 2. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to, they have the three areas. They have the grounds, the development grounds, excuse me. If you have 100 common sense points, you're going to move it to the development grounds. If not, you're going to move it to the pit or the caves to start building those skills. And yeah, so that's live. Go check it out. Move your Neandersmalls. The Lost Donkeys, they're working super hard to get this endless runner out. It looks so dope, dude. We've had an opportunity to kind of get an inside look on what the game's going to be like. It's going to be on iOS and Google Play. Very hot, very cool. That's in the works. Real quick, to our Chief and Commander, CMO, Andrew Saunders. He is officially the CMO for Hashflow and the Hashverse.
Congratulations, Hashverse.
Yes, man. Congratulations, Hashverse. They just landed a freaking legend, man. So he's everything he touches is gold. Congratulations to him. Most congratulations to Hashflow. The ARB keys, guys, the Key DAO, they are looking for alpha callers. They need, dedicated people within that community to call the alpha and just kind of get involved with that. If you are a friend of theirs or you know somebody that's within them, apply to be an alpha caller, man. It's early. They have a lot of stuff going on in the background, man. We are, involved with them, and there's so much going on behind there. Oxneo is incredible, very smart, big brain, and they have a lot of crazy stuff, cool stuff coming on, man. So anyways, let's move on real quick, man. Sierra, what are you seeing in the Bitcoin price chart, man? You seeing any kind of patterns or anything that we should be looking at?
Yeah, I was just looking at the 24-hour chart on CoinGecko here, and I see now it's looking like it's. I wanted to say that it was a sharp bull flag. It's not. Yeah. It's not as sharp as I would like, but we're starting to get the structure of the pennant shapes. When you see that nice come up, like for instance, let me see where the bottom is here. The bottom was on this particular flagpole was 28,748, and we ran from 28. Might as well say 28,700. We ran from there all the way up to the top is 29,800. So. Yeah. Let's see, 27, what? 27? Yeah. Okay, so you figure 28.7 to 29.7. Okay, so that's $1,000 flagpole. Okay, so you see that nice run up. There's your pole. Then it's flagging out, consolidation to the downside slightly. But it's healthy because we went sideways all day here between what was it? 28, and then we came up, hit our head on 29.2, and then we came back down sideways. So I see a nice, slow, steady grind all day sideways, and then you have that nice $1,000 run, and then you got that cool-off consolidation. But if you notice, the cool-off consolidation, when it comes down, it's well above that $29,000 level, 29.3. It's above that. It's at 29.450. So it's always good to see a nice flagpole run up and then sideways and down consolidation. And once you notice that that's how a healthy upward trend should look, you don't get so scared from that drop. Like it's all the top of the flagpole. We're at 29,800. Everyone's losing their mind. We're gonna break 30,000, and then we come back down, and people are like, "Oh no, it's over." No, it's not. I mean that's a natural movement, guys. That's a totally natural. Now it's not as pretty of a bull flag as I would like to see, but I'm just glad that we're starting to form those nice pennants again. Like, if you remember 2021, man, it was like you just woke up and looked at your phone. It was like bull flag, like a beautiful, just boom, bull flag straight over, perfect. And we're not seeing those yet, but I'm starting to see hints of those back in Bitcoin's price chart, and it's good to see. I mean, 32,000 is my next target. We both called, me and you and Zombie also said it, which is where I watched. It was 27,400. We never came back down to the 25 level. That's not to say we're not going to, but again, it's do I think we're going to go back down there? Not really. If we do, you're going to see a little bit of trading in between 24,000 to 27,000. But as long as we hold above this, I'm like where you're at. As long as we hold above this $29,000 level, it's going to be hard, man. You're going to have some sell pressure come in to bring us back down to that level. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a potential for 24 to 27K on the bearish side. On the bullish side, I'm looking for us to go up to 32 and possibly hit our head on 31, 32, a little more sideways. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely been an emotional roller coaster and a roller coaster for the price in general. But we called this on the last episode. We were talking about where we thought the price was going, like we normally do, and we said, and I remember I said, I'm looking for a pullback. You don't go up from 15 to 30,000 without having a nice cool down, and we had a cool down, but a lot of people are speculating that there was other things in the background that kind of pushed the price down, which I agree with. And Arkham, did you see the Arkham?
I did.
The Arkham thing released, and I
heard about
I guess
that.
they had a bug in their and they sent a tweet out saying that what was it? Mount Gox and the government's wallets were actually, there was some action going on there.
We're in on that. We both got sent the Arkham thing. Crypto Remora, they sent us the Arkham, the tool to use. So I mean, just to me, when I heard that made the mainstream and that had a significant, price up and down. I mean, we don't know 100% that that's true.
I think it had a lot to do with a few other things too.
If it did, though, you're talking about a move from 28,000 to 29,000 within 30 minutes. You had that massive up and then massive down.
Yeah, it happened pretty quick. Yeah,
that's pretty wild.
So a lot of people are speculating. Apparently Arkham came back out. Well, the first people to catch it was Sentiment. They as soon as Arkham released that, saying that there was movement in the Mt. Gox wallets and the U.S. government wallets that's holding the crypto, apparently Sentiment kind of jumped on that and did some research on their own, and they sent a tweet out and they're like, "This is false. Like, this is not true." And apparently, Arkham got that tweet that Sentiment sent out, and they did their own research, and apparently it was a bug in the system. So that's when you saw that big correction back up. But, it's just funny, man, because the movement on it and the timing, you had, and this is something we're going to talk about, but the whole First Republic thing, apparently their deposits and their earnings was way off. 100 billion in deposits was, I guess they were down 100 billion in deposits, and people withdrawing money from First Republic because the shareholders were selling. They're panicking. I mean, this is, another thing about that we're going to talk about with the banking system, man. Like, once you lose trust from the people, it's over, dude. So apparently now people are speculating that the Fed, they're going to have to pivot, man, on this next Fed meeting and take that hawkish stance that they're doing. I mean, it's afflicting damage to the banking section, man, and that is not what they want, dude. That is the opposite of what they want, and it's causing a lot of controversy in Washington. So a lot of back and forth, man, with policymakers, and yeah, and the banking section just does not look steady. It does not look stern at all right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw earlier today, or I think it was last night. I watched some news reels, news clips, and on NBC or ABC they had this guy come in. He was all, I call it boomer TV,
Yeah.
because all the boomers still watch the news, and some of them still trust everything they see on the news, which is
Of course,
beyond
yeah.
me. But the mere fact that they had this nice guy come out, he's dressed all up, he's got his bow tie and his suit, and he's very serious, and he's talking to the reporters, and the reporters are saying, so tell us about this FDIC insurance. Does it cover our banks, or is our money safe in the banks? And the guy's like, absolutely. You have nothing to worry about. And then he's like, yes, we will cover it, FDIC. And then you had Jim Cramer saying, there's no problem with the institution. And I think that's what sent everybody into a frenzy. It's like the minute
The inverse Kramer.
Yeah, the inverse Kramer. The minute he says something, you better do the opposite and you'll do well.
Yeah,
So
no doubt.
the mere fact that they had to bring a guy on mainstream news to talk about how good and how safe the banks are, pay attention to that, because not for anything, it don't matter if you believe everything you see on the news or on TV, but if they're hyping something up, be very, very cautious. Like,
Yeah.
be very overly cautious. And with Bitcoin, I'm sorry, Bitcoin is gonna do what Bitcoin's gonna do because it was built for this. Bitcoin was literally built to stand up to the bull crap and be what Michael Saylor calls anti-fragile. Bitcoin is anti-fragile, which means you could throw a hurricane at it, you could throw a power outage at it, you could throw a political campaign at it, you could throw a financial crisis at it, you could, all these little things that you're seeing, not little things, all these major things you're seeing get thrown at Bitcoin, and FTX and Sam Bankman and blah 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 and all this crap. It's like, it's anti-fragile. Bitcoin don't give a crap about your feelings.
Doesn't
doesn't care what you're doing. Bitcoin is going to continue to process transactions with nobody in control of it, nobody regulating it or playing games or making friendships with other businesses on the side and giving another company a break, or holding your money and then losing your money like FTX. Bitcoin doesn't do that. Bitcoin is a straight in and out calculator. It does not care about your politics, your religion, sex, or gender. Bitcoin's going to continue to Bitcoin. So part of the reason that we push this so much with you guys and tell you not to fall for the panic is because we don't want to see you sit there and wait for Bitcoin to go down to 10K before you buy. Don't do that. There's too much stuff going on right now. And in my opinion, buying Bitcoin anywhere under $50,000 is an absolute steal. And, invest with your own safety and invest what you can afford to lose, quote unquote, but invest with the right mindset of what you're getting into. You're getting into a bet that if the rest of the financial world crumbles, this is your life insurance policy against that. So with the way the world looks right now, it might not be a bad idea to open a little insurance policy out against the rest of the financial world. And that insurance is Bitcoin.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, I saw you make a comment about this on Twitter earlier. It was the debt ceiling, man. Apparently the US raised the debt ceiling, and I think it was Crypto Windio that was talking about it, or retweeted something about that. What is fill me in on that, man? I know they raised the debt ceiling. What's all the fuss about? What's everybody saying?
So I mean, it's actually a good, I don't want to say good thing that they're printing more money, because it's never good when they just go, oh, let's push the printer on. It's not good. It's good for Bitcoin. It's good for crypto, because that just goes to show you less trust.
It's not good for inflation.
Right. It's horrible for inflation. It's horrible for you if you're saving money. No, this is what she said. She said The USA passes a bill to increase the debt to 1.5 trillion. In other words, Jerome Powell's turning the money printer back on. Okay, so what it says, an accredited investor, and if I don't know if you guys know this, but an accredited investor, they're saying it may change if you have $1 million in your pocket or in your assets. You're in the United States, you're called an accredited investor, and in the United States, you can only invest in certain ETFs and stocks and whatever if you are an accredited investor, which basically means if you're already rich, we're going to allow you to invest in stuff. If you're not already rich and you need the money, we're not going to let you invest. Okay, which is a BS rule to begin with, but they're changing the accredited investor line from being a millionaire to you have to have 10 million.
Jesus,
but in reality, even if this passes, it's a joke because if you're a millionaire now, I got news for you. You're not even rich anymore because there's so much inflation. Prices of everything is going up so high. Okay, you're still technically rich compared to how you grew up, but I mean, the millionaire now is not the same millionaire in the 1980s. Used to be, If you were a millionaire in the 1980s, you were like, oh my God. Now, if you're a millionaire, people are like, so what, dude? You got 1 million and that'll be gone. I mean, a house is between $250,000 and $500,000 for a decent sized house.
I also
that's half your money right there. So you're not even considered wealthy with the $1 million.
So I want to,
and it's because of inflation.
I want to get your opinion on this. The IMF, I think it was Argentina. The IMF, Argentina apparently reached out to the IMF asking for a lifeline for, it wasn't even that much. It was like 48 million or something. But, you know, their inflation is like through the roof, dude. It's like 10 times more than ours. And yet their currency is just gone to you know what. But apparently they reached out to IMF for a lifeline to get help, you know, on money, and the IMF told them, yeah, we'll help you out, but you have to turn your policies for Argentina into a anti-crypto standard. You know what I mean? Like, no Bitcoin, no crypto, it's not allowed. What do you think about that, man? Like, this is their approach. Even though we're so in debt, the United States is so in debt, and these other countries are, and we've talked about this before, we think, and we know, well, we think, it's our opinion, that they're accumulating Bitcoin in the background. But then they're going to turn around and tell, like, it's like that never-ending cycle of, you owe me money, I'll give you money, you still owe me money. Like, they want to own people. And how do you feel about, like, for me, my personal opinion is Argentina should just say, you know what, screw you, we're going to buy Bitcoin, we're going to do our own thing over here. But they're reaching out for like $48 million from the IMF for a lifeline, man, and they're making them kind of take a anti-crypto stand. How do you feel about that, man? Do you think that is not intentional for the anti-crypto? It obviously is, but like, just your overall thoughts on that, man.
I think you nailed it nail on the head. You said, you know, they should just say screw this, and look what El Salvador did. I mean, El Salvador was in horrible crime rate, horrible poverty, just overinflation, you know, crooked governments trying to run stuff. And you got Max Kaiser and his wife and Bukele over there. Bukele, kudos to him, man.
He is a G.
He's in the same camp with Michael Saylor, dude. You're a legend, bro. You're a legend. Like, he just said, you know what? Screw this, I'm out. And, you know, to me and you, $48 million is,
dude, he could have
a lot of money. But for an entire country,
he could, dude.
$48 million ain't nothing, dude. Michael Saylor could
telling
lend.
You, man.
This is what you do.
I know, we're already on the same page here. Go ahead.
We are. Reach out to Michael Saylor. Get the loan from Michael Saylor in Bitcoin. Let Michael Saylor loan you the $48 million in Bitcoin with interest. You're gonna have to pay Saylor back instead of the IMF, but you have to pay him back in Bitcoin. Learn how to trade.
Yeah.
Follow the rule book and the playbook of what Bukele did. If something's working and somebody made success with it, copy what they did and be successful. That's what I would suggest, because the IMF is not gonna. they're going to continue to be the mafia, international mafia money fund. You know, that's what they are.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, we'll help you.
We'll help you.
Well, how are they
no
helping?
crypto standard. Dude.
How does the IMF get their money?
Right.
Think about that. How do they get their
Yeah.
money? It's because they roll with the banks and they charge you and beat you over the head for $35 overdraft when you bought a Snickers bar that you shouldn't have bought.
It's a small circle, man. And yeah.
It's getting found out though. The tides are turning, the shift is happening, and it's happening right in front of your eyes. And you know, that's why we said the banking collapse, you know, Silvergate, Silicon Valley Bank. I mean, and then they all want to conveniently say, like, old Gensler there, blame it on crypto. You guys, this was going on way before crypto. Why do you think crypto was invented?
Yeah.
Crypto was invented because of this problem. So don't believe the BS when they say, oh, these banks, crypto. No. Do not believe it. Research it yourself and find out why Satoshi invented Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It was because of this reason, and it's not stopping. It's not going to change. They're going to keep beating the same drum. So just, you know, do some research. If you're still on the fence of saying, well, I don't know if I trust crypto, maybe you should ask yourself in the mirror, do you trust the banks?
Right.
Do you
on these
trust
fractional
the IMF?
reserves, man? Like,
is this the people you want to trust and you want these people to run your life? Or would you rather buy some Bitcoin yourself, have the control to own your own money and that nobody can control or take away from you? So that's all I'm saying about that. It's like really do the research before you knock Bitcoin and crypto, and
well, you got
don't
just
take
compare
that
the
for
two.
granted.
Just compare the two, man. Like, understand how banks operate, and then understand what Bitcoin is. And I guarantee you, when you finish your research and you figure out that they are completely two opposites. You know, these banks run on fractional reserves, and it's almost like they're constantly owing each other, man. They're all connected. They all owe each other. And when you learn about that and you understand what's really going on in the background, you look at money completely differently. I remember when you first got me in crypto, Sierra, you were like, when you find out how, you know, money operates and how, you know, everything that goes on in the background, you really figure out what money is and how they, you know, operate in the background. Your stance on money will change, and it absolutely does, man. Like, I don't even like buying a pack of bubble gum if I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, it will completely change your perspective on money and finance, and it'll be good for you. Just, you know, gotta have faith. You gotta take that leap of faith, man. And it was definitely worth it for me, for sure.
And educate yourself, you guys. When I first came to Wes's house and kicked the door in, I was screaming like a lunatic. I said, "You're gonna do this. Download this."
Right.
He's like, "Whoa, man, what are you talking about?" You know, because he's my boy. So I said, "No, that's how I can talk to him. You know, you can't really go up to a stranger and do that." But this is my boy we're talking about. So I said, "Look, man, this is what you're gonna do." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "No, you're
Bitcoin.
gonna do this."
What are you talking about?
What the heck? What is this Ethereum? What is Ethereum?
Ethereum.
And so we started getting into it and showing you and stuff. But I think the make or break minute for me was when I read the banking books and said, "Wait a minute, you mean to tell me this fractional reserve
dirty
banking
operation, man?
They only have to have a small fraction of actual cash in the bank. So if there's 100% of people that keep their money in the bank, but there's only 2% of the money by law that they have to keep in the bank at any given time, that means that 98% of the people's money ain't in that bank at that time. So what happens if there is a bank run? What happens? What happens on a real bank run? And then you say, "Oh, well, I'm FDIC insured." Till that money runs out.
Yeah.
What you gonna do when 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or 20 banks collapse? You think FDIC's got enough money to pay all that? They don't.
Absolutely
That's
not,
the
man.
big lie. Everyone they lie about that too. It's like do some more research and really figure out what you're getting into. But yeah, I don't want to dwell too much on that end of it because I know we got 2 more topics. We're at 25 minutes now.
Where are we at? What are we talking about?
All right, the last thing, just to wrap it up, guys. We had a little bit of a thing going on with Punks on Arbitrum where they were doing the airdrop, and they said if you have two. I'm sorry. They said originally. They said if you hold POA token and Punks on Arbitrum on both chains on Nova and Arbitrum, that you'd be eligible for the airdrop. So I rushed, like many people did, to go get some POA tokens in my wallet because I already had both Punks on both chains. So I ran out and got the token. Then today they said, okay, holders of 5 orange ones and 2 blue ones will be airdropped, and I was kind of like, whoa, wait a minute, because I know the snapshot was getting close to being taken. I think it already has been taken, maybe today. But long story short, I reached out to them and I said, I don't think that we should do this to the community. I feel like we should probably get
some clarity.
Raise the limit on people. When they already ran out and bought the token to support the project, they already bought the NFTs. I don't really think that that's fair, kind of thing. And I didn't get a direct response, but I did see a tweet after I reached out and said something. And they changed it back from 5, and they said, all right, bring it down to 2. We'll see where it goes after the airdrop. We'll see how it went. But I would like to just say thank you for them doing that, because I think that was fair. I think that was much better to do to your community. And I think a lot of people in the Alpha Chat were also happy with that. So shout out to the community. And, this is another cool thing about crypto, man. If you have a problem with something, speak up, say something. You don't know if people are going to change it, but if they do, and you said something and then it gets changed for the better, then hey, we'll take the win, man. I mean, that's good. And I like the project. That's the only reason I said anything. If I didn't care about the project, I would have said hell with it and sold. I would have just dumped them. But I like what they're doing, and I believe that they're working and trying to get their stuff right for the community, and hopefully they will. Hopefully they'll stay on the good track. But either way, it goes to show you your voice can be heard. If you make enough noise, sometimes you can get heard and things can get changed for the better.
Yeah.
So,
shout out to them, man, for fixing it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
For doing the right thing, man. Congratulations for you guys doing that. That made me feel better. But it's bigger than just me. It wasn't just me. Yeah. It was other people felt the same way, and that's why I felt the need to say something about it. And I'm glad that you guys did that. So, yeah, kudos to you guys for doing that. But that about wraps up what I wanted to say. I don't know about you. You got one more thing?
Nah, I think that's it, man. I think we're good, guys. We like we said, the price, we felt like it was gonna come back. It came back. We bounced off the 27, which was the 50-day moving average. Everything's healthy. Everything looks good. So I don't think there's anything to worry about, man. I think we're in a good position. We're right where we need to be as far as the cycle goes, and it looks healthy to me. So no need to panic. No need to worry. The banks are collapsing. Whatever, man. Like, if you're in crypto, you're doing the right thing, man. You're already making the right moves.
Hodl, baby. So, just hodl.
We're right where we need to be. So if you're watching this, congratulations, man, because you're right where you need to be also. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Show us some love. We'll show it right back. Much love to the Arbonauts. And until next time, peace out.